want to, or you can come up and talk to them. There you go. Perfect. Panelists, thank you for being here. Brown students, you were the final pitch of the day again, 2 years in a row. Batting cleanup. As you see the purple cards in front of you, just a reminder, these are going to be our commitment cards. So we'll collect these at the end. Please put your name on those, your email, and just any commitments you're willing to make with them. We're looking for connectors, for funders, for mentors, and challenging you all to find a yes, whether it's big or small, whether it's one of the asks they have up here on the screen for you, or something you brainstorm and think about they may not have thought of. Bottom line, how can we move this amazing work forward? Before we start, we're just going down the line. If you all can introduce yourselves, your name, your organization, and anything you want these Brown students to know.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Colon Nelson. I work with Actors Theater. I'm so excited to be here to hear what you all have to share. I am Boricua, Puerto Rican, and I'm also a mother. This is my son, Silas, who's also excited to hear what you have to share. I'm a writer, a clown, a performer, a producer, and so I'm excited just to hear with all my ears.
Good afternoon. My name is Jasmine Drinkard, and I am a resource manager for Jefferson County Public Schools in Mr. Kaufman's department, Diversity, Equity, and Poverty. I can't wait to hear what you all have to share today.
Hi, you guys. I'm Khadijah Hayes. I am an event manager at KDF and one of the two that put on this event today, and I'm so excited to hear what you guys have to say today.
Hi, good afternoon. I am Vanita Burnett. I'm an educator for Jefferson County Public Schools. I actually work in the IT department now, innovation. So I am super excited to hear what you guys have to share and to see where I can put my commitments at for your project.
Hi, I'm Katie Delahanty. I'm the executive director of the Portland Museum, and I wear a few different hats myself. I am on the advisory committee for Louisville Public Media, and I also am a board member of the Waterfront Development Corporation, amongst other things. So I'm hoping to hear what you guys have to say, but most importantly, I went to Brown School too, so.
Hello, my name is Destiny Livers, and I'm the program director at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and so I'm just excited to be here to see how we can be of support.
Hello, I'm Dr. Monica Unseld, founder and executive director of Until Justice Data Partners. I saw you all present last year. I've spoken with a few of you since then, and I am beyond excited to see what you're going to say today.
Students, this is your show, your table. We're honored to be here. Let's get it going.
We are not your stereotypical kids. Hi, I'm Reagan Hogue, and I am here to demystify stereotypes because stereotyping keeps our community from growing. When I came back into school after 2 years of NTI, I was stereotyped by new kids depending on my look and what they have heard about me, but they did not judge me on the way I actually acted. Stereotypes keep people from seeing others for who they are, and that is just wrong.
I am Nia Pittman, and I'm here to demystify stereotypes because being stereotyped can affect someone's mental health by making them feel like they have to be in a box. Like when they are judged by how they dress to be related to their gender. For example, if someone were to dress femininely, they could be assumed to be female, but they could be any gender on the spectrum. This is one of my personal fears, making me want to put it to an end.
My name is Juniper Meredith Peoplehauser, and I am here to demystify stereotypes so that girls growing up do not have to experience what used to be gender norms. My hope is that little girls can grow up thinking that they are good enough and that they are capable of anything.
Hi, my name is Leah Monanandra, and I'm here to demystify stereotypes so that every little girl or boy is able to look at the TV one day and see a ballerina or a CEO and be like, this will be me someday. Stereotyping has brought down the hopes, dreams, and even the personalities of so many people just because they might not look the part. But at the end of the day, what really matters is doing what you believe in.
I'm Alice Dobson. I'm here to demystify stereotypes because doing this will hopefully make sure that everyone feels safe in the situation that they are in at school. Many people face the challenge of getting judged for what they do who they are friends with, but people should feel safe and respected for the choices that they make in their everyday life. Not everyone is perfect and should not get judged for little flaws or imperfections they show.
Our mission: we seek to bring greater awareness to human uniqueness
to our communities by celebrating and embracing diversity.
Doing this will demystify stereotypes.
Demystifying stereotypes in our communities will unite us.
And allow us to experience the equality that has been promised.
This is our description.
We hope to invite people to share their stories and seek out stories that need to be told.
Creating a culture of empathy and tolerance in our school and in our community.
With the use of story exchanges to transform our community by relating with each other and empathizing, to unite us and help us see that we have much more in common than what is constantly being used to divide us.
Our hope is to collect stories and produce, publish, and celebrate them on our website so that all people will feel seen and heard.
After JusticeFest last year, we were invited to the summer camp and 2 active members attended. There were 3 different activities that you could do in the camp, and they were animation, the story, the radio play, and the book Giants of the Bluegrass. I took part in the book Giants of the Bluegrass, where you got to write a story or write the important story of somebody in Kentucky's history, and you got to tell about their excellence and their importance. And I chose Wes Unseld, Miss Unseld's uncle. So yes.
I also went to the camp and I participated in the radio play. It was about a African American family sharing stories with each other of how they experienced and reacted to situations of unjust and discrimination. In between the stories, they related and empathized with each other, seeing that some of the stories were traumatic.
One day out on the playground at school, I heard these words coming out of one of the boys' mouths. Wow, you're so gay. Every day out on the playground, I heard more statements like this one, so I decided to write a speech. This speech states my thoughts and what people should do to make people comfortable about LGBTQ+. With editing from my friends and my teacher, I shared the speech with my classmates. When I got up in the front of the room, it felt good to share my thoughts on the topic. I hope I do more like this in the future of NYSK.
Did interviews to inform us on the different perspectives of stereotypical actions. That then helped us improve our outreach. We did interviews that were with people who have battled stereotypes and who have been impacted by them. One interview that I did was with Terrian Barnes. She noticed that the workforce was overwhelmingly male-dominated and that women weren't given the chance to prove their worth. She's the founder of her own company, FeeSmart, whose main goal is to encourage other companies and show them all that women have to bring to the table.
I did an interview with Dr. Monica Unseld, who is a certified biologist and someone who has worked with the Biden administration and continuously is making life better for women and Black people around the world.
With inspiration from Narrative 4, we have conducted story exchanges with 3 classes at the J. Graham Brown School, with the help from Evan Barker. The story exchanges empowered students to experience someone telling their stories and allowed others to tell stories as if they were their own. Watching others listening to their stories being told made me and others feel empathy for them and made us put ourselves in their shoes.
When we completed the story exchanges with my class, it was beneficial. I think we did a good thing. It was very useful for people to tell and share the stories and get their emotions out to the class.
We talk to people and empathize with their experiences where they faced injustice and discrimination, not only to help us relate and feel closer to them, but to help them feel better about those experiences.
We researched the impact of stereotypes on people's lives when we did interviews and when we researched their stories online. We talked more about the impact and the struggle on people who are being stereotyped and how that can make them feel. We educated people on stereotypes and how stereotyping others could make others feel wrongly, and we have showed stories to others showing examples of how people are negatively impacted by stereotypes. Stereotypes have done so much bad, and it can also, when we show these stories, it helps people want to stand up for themselves and others who are being stereotyped.
We conducted a story exchange with the 5th graders of the J. Graham Brown School, along with the assistance of Evan Barker and Tyler Jones.
The goal of our story exchange was to see how merely listening to your story being told could impact your life. The story exchange was a way to have the participants show empathy towards their peers and have improved their ability to listen.
These are some quotes from the story exchange.
She told my story in a way that I never could have.
I felt like it actually happened to me.
I don't like talking in big groups, so it was nice to talk to a smaller group and tell my story.
It felt kind of weird. I never heard my story told to me, and I always watched people react, but this time I was the one reacting.
My rough shell seemed to have become softer.
In the story exchange, before we went to the small groups, we went in the big group, and the story exchange facilitator told people how they would share their story to their partner and how they would then, in the other small group, how they would share their partner's story. Then they would give the prompt.
We were then instructed to break into groups with partners, and we told our story to our partner. We then went into groups with more people and told our partner's story as if we were them. This allowed us to experience the person's feelings in that scenario. It also allowed the other person to listen to someone else telling their story.
We hope to have a higher level of publicity and to not only be known to you, the panelists, but the community, to help unite and become one despite our differences.
Our goal is to find more interviewees. This can allow us to learn more about how people react to being put in a box. This information can also help us know how we can help demystify stereotypes.
Our story exchange was really successful with connecting the participants with their peers and helping them learn how to listen. We hope that we can spread the story exchange to other schools across the district.
We hope to collect stories to first put them on our website, then someday put them into a book. If we continue to have story exchanges, we can, one, allow people's stories to be heard, and two, become aware of the problems people face in their community and their everyday life.
We plan to create merchandise that displays our logo and our name so that we can put our names out into the world and so people can show support to our cause.
Our ask to you, the panel, is
a fully operating website and our app where we can house our demystifying stories that we collect in a variety of formats and contexts.
Story exchange opportunities and a place to conduct and facilitate them.
Support for conducting and facilitating story exchanges across the district and eventually across the city.
Support and publicity to help our stories be heard at public events or talks around the city focused on demystifying stereotypes.
Equipment to help record, produce, and publish story exchanges in efforts to demystify stereotypes.
Thank you for our support.
Great job, Brown.
Thank you.
Panelists, we're looking for advisors, connectors, funders. We saw all of those ask, how can we make these happen?
Well, first, great job. I was not expecting to be on a slide today. I thought we were talking about my uncle. But if you want to work with making your story exchange model into a research protocol, which should be very simple, I can help you with that, and that can help you recruit, maybe even linking in with some universities so they can have increased outreach, so you can get more story exchanges. But mainly, it would be good to say, like, you all created this format. Did you create? You can cite whoever did it and say we made it better.
Yeah, Narrative 4. They were kind of our inspiration for this sort of. We actually yesterday we did a story exchange with Evan Barker. He's one of the kind of like creators or the founders of Narrative 4. So we did a story exchange with him in our class, and we got to kind of learn more about it and experience it.
So we plan on going to a camp if that is possible, so we can learn how to, I would say, facilitate or orchestrate these story exchanges when we can, and we plan on having as many of these as possible.
Okay, so we can work with that because we can potentially make it into a model and get it written up in a research way, and that could also potentially open up another bucket of money.
And I hate being the person that speaks. So they don't have like student facilitators yet, so we are in works with creating that model, and we are talking with them about writing it up. So yes, that would be amazing to have that assistance with that, and especially hooking us up with them.
Yeah, so even either finding student facilitators, we'll see what we can do, and I may have contact to get a website and an app. Can't promise, but I'm gonna contact some people.
Thank you.
Hello, innovators. Oh my goodness, I had chill bumps listening to your pitch. I think it resonated with a lot of people because I feel like you told our stories. I don't know if you heard me. Yes. So I am so excited. I'm so glad Matthew made me come to this. He was so right. So as I said, I'm Vanita Burnett, work for Jefferson County Public Schools, right around the corner from your school at Camp Edwards in the IT department, specifically in the innovation department, specifically working on a project called Afrocentric Diversity and Equity. And I think your project will be perfect for me to put in a spotlight. Put you guys on our digital learning channel because you guys are innovators and you guys are leading the way. You're doing the footwork that's going to help everybody else follow in your path. Our digital learning channel currently has 8,000 subscribers right now. So yeah, I know I see you blinking, right? And I work with every single school in the district, so I can work on helping getting your word out locally, which will get your word out even more as they tell people that they know and connect you with people they know. I specifically can help you with the website. So I know it says professional website, but I can show you guys how to actually create your own site for free using Google Sites. That's what I do all day. I don't want to just create it for you. I want you guys to own your work. I want it to be for you, by you. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. And that way it's yours. You don't have to pay anybody for it. And you can use what we already have and what we use in JCPS to elevate your stories.
It's an important part of our school with technology. So I feel like we do have some background with creating websites, so we would love to have you help us create a website.
Awesome, thank you. I would love to work with you guys. I'm so excited about this. Like I already have ideas in my head. I'm ready to get going. And I know your mother. You look just like your mother.
I knew it was coming.
Also, another thing, I don't know if you could help with this, but you do work for JCPS, and I think one thing that we would like to do is travel around schools and conduct story exchanges if we are able to get the training.
Absolutely, yes. After this, we'll get connected, and I'll give you my information. That is my job. That is what I do. So I would love to bring you all on, get you on my schedule as a recurring thing. I don't know if we need to meet weekly. However we need to meet, I'm yours. I'm here for you.
Great.
You're very welcome.
You. Hi, you all. I'm Khadijah Hayes. I know that I said that earlier, but just say it again. First and foremost, I want to say how proud I am of you all at your age to stand up there and be able to fight against something that affects people every single day is such amazing work. For me, I work for KDF, so I'm over an event called Festival. It's a 9-day festival that happens on the waterfront. Jack Harlow has performed on these stages. Many artists have performed on these stages. So I'm going to give you all that opportunity to come down there and tell your stories and be able to talk to not only us, not only your schools, but the community as well, and be able to touch them also. So.
Yes.
Yes.
Please, thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you. I'm really big into telling stories, and the fact that you all have the courage to do that at your age, I didn't. I didn't gain that courage till a few years ago, and so thank you. And Big Brothers Big Sisters is going to find a way to support you, whether that's been a connector or an advisor to you all. I'm going to speak with my team to see how we can best support you all.